From the sound and fun capital of the world, Miami Beach, we bring you the Jackie Gleason Show.
Starring Jackie Gleason and his guest stars, Sid Caesar, Myron Cohen, George Jessell, and Timmie Rogers. The June Taylor Dancers and Sammy Spear and his orchestra. And away we go.
How sweet it is! Ladies and gentlemen, our orchestra leader, Sammy Spear. Take a bow, Sam. You got it tonight, pal. You look like you went to a Chinese wedding and got hit with a 5-pound bag of fried rice. That's what you did. Friends, if you want to laugh, tonight's your night. And let's get started immediately by introducing Mr. Sid Caesar. You look beautiful.
Jack, can I tell you one thing? You look absolutely beautiful.
No kidding.
You look like $1 million. I really do.
Well, thank you. Oh, by the way, Sid.
Yes, Jack.
I'm going to a party right after the show.
Oh, hey, that's great. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
well, and you know me. When I go to a party, I like to bring along a little gift.
Oh, sure, Jackie. Well, that's you. I mean, you're a very generous man, you know?
Oh, thank you. A crazy thing happened to happen to me. You know, I've been shopping all week, buying something here and a little something there.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, I ran out of cash.
You, Jackie Gleason, ran out of cash? Well, why don't you call up your accountant?
Well, you see, he won't give me anything. He's got me on a budget.
Well, you see, Jackie, I understand. My accountant has me on a budget, too. So, I mean, what's your problem, Jackie?
Well, I was wondering, would you loan me $100 so I can buy the gift?
For who?
For my accountant. He's the guy that's running the party.
Well, Jack, I mean, maybe Sammy Spear could help you out, or maybe Jack Philbin, huh?
No. They won't give me anything. My accountant told him not to, give him orders. Don't give him a cent.
Well, didn't your accountant say anything about me giving you any money?
Are you going to give me the $100 or aren't you?
Hey, Jack, I mean, you see, you got me at a bad time, you know what I mean?
Why?
Because I happen to have the $100.
So?
Well, Jack, why didn't you ask me backstage if you wanted $100, you know?
Because I heard about you, that's why. That's why I'm asking you out here in front of all these people.
What are you trying to do, Jack? You're not trying to make me a cheapskate in front of everybody?
Just loan me the $100.
Look, Jackie, you know me, we've been friends for 10, 15 years, right?
That's right.
And the biggest thing to come between friends is money. Jackie, I'm going to tell you the truth right up front. I like you. In fact, I'm crazy about you. I'm so crazy about you, I'm not going to give you the money.
You're so crazy about me, you're not going to give me the money.
That's it. I'm so crazy about you, I'm not going to give you the money. I'm not going to break up our friendship just over $100.
It won't break up our friendship. Going to give the money right back to you anyway.
Oh, I understand, Jack. I mean, gosh, you're good for $100. You know? I'll give it to you. You really want me to give it to you?
What do you think I'm asking you for? I'll pay you back Monday.
What Monday?
Monday!
Okay, Jackie, fine. Now, look, Jack, if there's going to be a little waiting time, for the weekend, you're going to be out of my sight for a while, so, and for our friendship's sake, I'm going to make up a few rules. Now, before I give you the money, the first rule is, no matter what, where you are, and what, you got to look me right in the eye, right? You got to look me right in the eye, right, pal?
Right.
Then, the second thing is you got to talk to me. Whenever you see me. And I don't care what language you use, you got to talk to me. Understand?
Yeah.
And the last thing is you got to pay me back the money.
Well, that goes without saying.
All right, Jackie?
Yes.
I'm going to make out a check.
Thank you very much. It certainly is warm in here.
How you feeling, Jackie? You feel all right?
I feel fine.
You feel good, huh? You
Yes.
feel strong? You feel you'll be able to work?
Yeah, I'll be able to work.
You sure you don't have a fever?
What's the matter with you?
No, nothing. That's just you're gonna look me right in the eye, right?
I'm gonna look you right in the
You're
eye.
not gonna walk across the street. You're gonna talk to me, right?
Oh, I'll talk to you.
Okay. I'm gonna give you the check.
Well, thank you.
Here you are, Jack. Here's the check.
Thank you.
Take nothing of it.
Would you mind putting your name on the check?
Oh, didn't I? How you like that? There you are, Jack.
Thank you.
Fine.
Would you mind putting your last
Oh,
name?
my last name. Yes. How do you like that? You're very meticulous when it comes to this, yes. There you are.
While you're at it, fill in the amount.
Oh, didn't I put that in? How do you like that? Let's see. There you go. There you are.
It's 1969, not 1869.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, there you go, Jack. There you go. Fine.
Well, thank you very, very much.
My pleasure.
Well, I certainly appreciate this, and I'll see you later, pal.
Okay, Jackie.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to enjoy the show. We're going to have a real good time. As a matter of fact, Sep, you can go now. We're going to have... What are you doing still out here?
Go ahead, Jack. Just tell him the story.
I can't. You've got to get off.
No, Jackie, I'm with you till the weekend, till Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is one of the greatest storytellers in the world. He has a way of holding your interest better than any particular comedian I know. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice welcome to a real great and funny guy, Myron Cohen.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I bid you a fun good evening. As most of you know, for many, many years, I've been talking about the delightful little ladies and gentlemen who these days choose to call themselves senior citizens for some strange reason. You know, years have nothing to do with age. It's all up here. I should know. I want you to remember this, and please repeat it to your grandma, because this is a little woman 105 years of age, 105, mind you, who goes to her doctor for her annual checkup. He's in Europe on vacation, and he's replaced by a younger doctor. That happens, as you know. He examines her, and he's thrilled with her condition, congratulates her. She says, "Thanks very much. I'm very happy to hear like this. I'll see you next year." He says, "Next year? For goodness sake, I'm a young man. I don't know if I'll be here next year. You're 105. How can you be sure?" "Well," she says, "I'll tell you the truth. I looked up the statistics, and I discovered that between 105 and 106, nobody dies." I want you to watch for this. The next time you see a group of these beautiful people waiting on a street corner for a traffic light to change, you'll notice that for some strange reason, they never cross when it's green. I guess at that age, they love to live dangerously. What else is left? And here's a little man in his late 70s who stepped off the curb. He was hit by a car. Thank goodness there was a policeman handy. They sent for an ambulance. He was lifted into the ambulance, covered with 3 or 4 blankets, pillows at his feet, pillows at his head. The young doctor leaned over and asked, "Are you comfortable?" He says, "Thank God I make a good living." And wait. I must tell you about the two adorable little women in their 80s. One of whom says, "Jenny, if you would find in the street $1 million, what you would do with it?" She says, "I'll be honest with you. If it belonged to a poor person, I would give it back." And nothing is funnier than the truth, and my word as a gentleman, this is true. 2 years ago in this very city, a man I would judge to be somewhere in his 50s told me a true story of his father, a widower. Now, the son is in good shape financially, and he provides his dad with a lovely 2-room suite. He visits with him almost every night. This one evening, the son opened the door to the suite, and here sat his father watching television. Says, "What are you watching, Pop?" He says, "Basketball." He says, "What's the score?" He says, 86 to 82. He says, "Who's winning?" He says, 86. And the little woman I want you to hear about now could have been your mama. She went to the butcher shop for a chicken. He had one chicken in that whole butcher shop, just one. She didn't know that. He put it on the scale, told her what it cost. She says, "Maybe you got a larger one." He took that very same chicken into the icebox with him, came out with it a half a minute later. He says, "This is a larger chicken." She says, "Good, I'll take them both." And that prompts the story of a neighbor of yours, ladies. You know this one. You meet her at the beauty parlor, the supermarket, the butcher shop. She is the one who assumes this air. Distended nostrils, head held high. Always looks like she's smelling something. And you're supposed to look like what she's smelling. She says to the butcher, "Marty," she went to ballet school. She says, "Today, if you'll be so kindly, I feel like to have you'll give me half a dozen lamb chops. So how much gonna cost?" Butcher says, "For you?" We went to the same school. "For you, $2 a pound." She says, "For who?" She said, "You must be cockeyed drunk. I could get across the street by Schwartz, the butcher, for $1.40. He says, "Who sent for you? Go by Schwartz." She says, "He ain't got any." He says, "If I wouldn't have any, I'd give you for $1.25. It isn't that it's funny, it's the truth. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the truth, during the Christmas to New Year holiday period in Miami Beach, you can't get a room for love nor money. It's been that way for many years. I've known people who've had to sleep in automobiles. It's been that crowded. Yet despite that, the moment the New Year holiday is finished, 1 minute after midnight, everybody wants to leave Miami Beach on the same plane, at the same time, in the same seat. Now, that's not going to happen. It took people 2 to 3 weeks to get down here. And if you're ever out at the airport, you'll hear fathers pleading with the ticket agents of the respective airlines. Not for me. My business is lousy. I could stay. But for the kids, they got to go back to school. You want them, they should get left back. Do you want to have on your conscience on account of you my kids grow up to be dopes? Take my son, he's a genius. Genius. Goes to hem high tea. You know, Master Chew insta-pitty-tippity. Don't give me a ticket, give him. I'll sit in his lap. Now, it's reasonable to assume that I should be in a pretty fair position to understand most of the language spoken in this area. I'm going to prove to you how wrong I can be. Because in the lobby of the hotel, I actually heard a man say to another, "Where do you living?" Now, most of you think you understand that? I thought I did. I'm going to prove to you how wrong we can be. Because in answer to that question, "Where do you living?" the other guy says, "If I could get a reservation on a plane, I'm leaving Thursday."
Friends, my next guest is a guy who's been with us several times before and has always been a smash. I know you're going to enjoy him again tonight. Here he is, Timmie Rogers. Wild stuff. Say, is it hard to learn how to dance like that?
No, Jackie, it's easy if you have soul.
Oh. You know, I've been hearing so much about soul. Now, where did all of that start?
Oh, man, way back in history.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, Jackie, the first caveman was a soul brother.
Well, how do you know that the first caveman was a soul brother?
Well, now, who else would kill a dinosaur and barbecue the ribs?
You're right. You're right.
And, Jackie, next was the invention of soul music.
Soul music?
It all began when one soul brother sent a message to another soul brother who was miles and miles away. This cat picked up a drum, baby, and started to beat out a message.
Is that a fact?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what did the message say?
Well, wait a minute. Let me play it for you.
Oh, fine. Well, what did that message say?
That wasn't no message. That was the area code.
You got me, pal.
Jackie, baby, you know what you need is a lesson in soul.
You mean you're going to turn me into a soul brother?
I would love to. First of all, Jackie, let me hear you try some real soul singing. Play it, Sammy. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Wow! I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Wow!
Hold it. Step aside.
I love you, baby. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Wow! Hold it.
I'm holding.
Hold it.
Wait a minute. Didn't I sound like Aretha Franklin?
No, you sounded more like Benjamin Franklin. I tell you what, what, Jackie?
Yeah.
How about some soul dancing?
Soul
like
dancing.
the Boogaloo, the funky Broadway.
The funky Broadway.
Oh, yeah!
Oh.
Play the music, Sammy.
Let's see
Yeah.
Step aside. Let's go, Sam.
That's a lot of soul going there. Oh, brother. Thank you very much, Jackie. And ladies and gentlemen, I know what you all are thinking out there, too. Just another Italian singer. Oh, yeah! And it is nice to be back on the show and on Miami Beach. I love Miami Beach, but it's... You know, but it's so expensive in the wintertime. I bought a book called How to Live on $5 a Day. The book cost $6.50. Written in Spanish. And the hotels are murder. What rates? I tried one hotel down here that advertises 6 vacations in one. They gave me a room and 5 strangers. All hippies. And colored, with blue eyes, and eating with chopsticks. Hotels are murder. Today in the lobby of my hotel, a guy was walking up and down, screaming and yelling and hollering, "I can't afford to stay here. I can't afford it." And he was the manager. I found a mosquito in my room, and I called the front desk, and they charged me for a double room. The last time I stayed there, when I checked out, my bill was $500. And I said, what did I get for $500? And the clerk behind the counter said, well, for one thing, that marvelous tan. And I said, and for your information, it runs in the family. And he said, oh yeah! Money, money, money. Everybody wants money. My father once told me, son, if you put away a nickel a week, you'd be surprised how it adds up. Well, I was surprised. 10 years later, I had $26. And 15 cents. I was so broke, I made some counterfeit money, but the bank wouldn't take it. They said, Timmie, on a $10 bill, you don't find a picture of Sidney Poitier. Oh, no! And I tried to save money. I bought my wife some artificial flowers, and they died. And I tried to save money on life insurance, too. I bought a very inexpensive policy, and the benefits are very good. If I'm watching the Green Bay Packers play against the June Taylor Dancers in the pool of my hotel on Mussolini's birthday, and I get hit by a flying saucer, I get $50. But now, mind you, in some cases, there's too much emphasis on money. It's non-essential. Look at the native tribes in the African jungle. Do they worry about money? No. If a man wants a wife, he just pays a chief 1 cow. Here we pay a fortune for a wife, and what do we get? 1 cow. Oh, yeah! Last summer, I went to Rome, Italy for a vacation and got broke over there. And they say when in Rome, do as the Romans do. so I robbed an American. What the world needs today, folks, is love. So I decided to go directly to our new president, Mr. Richard M. Nixon, and ask him to appoint me to a new position in the cabinet, the Secretary of Love. And he said, Mr. Rogers, what are your qualifications to be Secretary of Love? And I said, Mr. President, with my campaign of love, I can bring all people together. And of course, Mr. President, wouldn't it be wonderful if all the religions would join together? Just think of it, all those holidays. Why, for the Catholics, I'll install psychedelic lighting for bingo games. For the Jews, I'll manufacture ceramic matzo balls for interfaith Christmas trees. And I'll have this whole country standing in line to see a brand new version of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, starring Pearl Bailey and George Wallace at the headquarters of the Black Panthers in Harlem on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Oh, yeah!
Stay tuned for more of The Jackie Gleason Show with Jackie and his guest stars, Sid Caesar, Myron Cohen, George Jessell, and Timmie Rogers.
The next young fella has made more guest appearances on this show than anyone in the entertainment world. He's just returned from making soldiers laugh from the North Pole to Vietnam. He's known as the Toastmaster General of the United States, my pal, Georgie Jessell.
I certainly want to thank Jackie for that warm introduction. I was listening to it for a minute and I thought I was dead. I heard the cutest little story just a minute ago. Two little pigs are talking, and one pig says to the other, "Don't you wish everybody in the world was Jewish?" In my long travels around the world, and I've been nearly every place you can think of, I have found that nearly all people are the same. Wherever you go, sparrows chirp the same, children cry the same, dogs bark the same. And I believe that the Lord God makes all men good, and it's only other men that make them bad. And this is a story that occurred in the Holy Land, where a little time after the valiant few vanquished the ever so many not so valiant. And there's a story told of an Egyptian and an Israeli, and they live on the Gaza Strip, which separates the two countries. And they're good friends. They till the soil together. Their children play together. Their wives cook together. They practically pray together because the chanting of the Muslim in the minaret is in the same kin with the praying of the ancient Jews in the holy synagogues. But a courier comes through and says, "You people must hate each other. You must fight. Our countries are at war. How can we fight?" "Well, you better do something." The courier goes away, and the Egyptian says, "We got to do something. Have you got a dog?" The Israeli says, "Yes, well, let the dogs fight." So the Egyptian brings out a big German shepherd dog, and the Israeli got a little mutt, and they fight, and the little mutt beats the big, he murders that big dog. And the Egyptian says to the Israeli, "What kind of dog is that?" He said, "Well, before we had his nose fixed, he was a crocodile." You know, so many people, unfortunately, don't know the origin of things. They really don't. And, for instance, I had Tony Martin on my own show, and I was speaking jargon, Yiddish, to him. And somebody said, "I didn't know he was Jewish. I thought he was an Italian." Well, that's like saying, "What time is it?" And you say, "Thursday," because there are 600,000 Italians of the Jewish faith. There are 400,000 Irishmen of the Jewish faith. So two fellows are talking. One says to the other, "I wonder if there's any Chinese Jews." He says, "Well, let's have dinner in this Chinese restaurant and we'll find out." Says to the waiter, "Hey, waiter, any Chinese Jews?" Waiter says, "Well, I only here a few days. Have to ask the chef." So he goes in the kitchen. He says to the chef, "Tu so chowi to." So tao po. So the chef says, "So si ta pao." He shall fall for come out. Sorry, no Chinese Jews. Got orange juice, raspberry juice, and a prune juice. My business as public orator takes me to speeches for all occasions. I spoke at a group of ministers only a short time ago, a dinner given in honor of young Bishop Haley, a fine man of the Lord. And in responding to the plaque that they gave him, he said, "This is a wonderful moment in my life, but the most wonderful moments of my life have been spent in the arms of another man's wife." And there's a hush, and he says, "My mother's." And there's an old bishop there. He says, "I got to remember that in case they give me something." So a couple of months later, he gets a dinner, and he responds, and he says, "It's a fine moment, but the happiest moments of my life were spent in the arms of another man's wife." And he can't think of the finish. Oh, yes, I know now. It was Bishop Haley's mother. Then when I was in Dublin but a short time ago, I heard the cutest little Irish stories. There's a young man and his wife, and they live in a tiny little, almost like a little doby place, except it's an island in a remote place near Galway. And the baby is to come, and the baby comes a little bit earlier than expected. And he has to run down the place and finally get the old Irish doctor who comes with the lantern, and he comes in, "All right, hold the lantern, my boy." And a minute later he says, "I'm happy to tell you you're the proud father of a fine baby boy." "Oh, praise the Lord," says the young Irishman. "Wait a minute now. Don't go away. Hold the lantern." A few minutes later he says, "And now I'm happy to tell you you're the father of a second baby boy." "Oh, praise the Lord. Hold the lantern high. Now I'm happy to tell you you're the father of a third baby boy." The young Irishman says, "Do you think it's the light that attracts them?"
Back again to show you why he's regarded as one of the great sketch comedians of all times. My pal, Sid Caesar.
Excusez-moi. Monsieur, excusez-moi, the check. Monsieur, the check. Monsieur, the check. 3 o'clock in the morning. Would you like another brandy to hit the road? Monsieur, would you like the check? Please, Monsieur Francois, I have been here since 6 o'clock this evening. It is now 3 o'clock in the morning. Please, may I go home? My guns are killing me.
I am sorry, Pierre. You will have to wait until they ask for the check.
But, Monsieur Francois, I have been here since 6 o'clock. It is now 3 o'clock in the morning. My guns are killing me.
I am sorry, Pierre. That is Mrs. Van der Truffel's daughter. You cannot leave until they ask for the check.
Thank you, Monsieur Francois. Excusez-moi, monsieur. Madame, excusez-moi. Excusez-moi, monsieur. Good night. 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 Keep up, Senior Manager. Please, Monsieur Francois. I must go home now. My cons are crazy now.
I am sorry. Now go play some music.
Yes, monsieur.
Yeah.
Yes, monsieur.
For the sake of your cons, give them the check.
Oh, Monsieur Francois. Thank you. And my cons, thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Let's see. 2 shrimp cocktail, 2 steak, 2 cheesecake, 2 coffee, 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 1 club sandwich, 1 shrimp cocktail, vanilla ice cream. Blech. They're not in love, they're just hungry, that's all. Excusez-moi, monsieur, the check? One kiss à la carte. Yes.
I am leaving. You will lock up, huh?
Yes, monsieur. The parfum d'une ménard tout une reine, j'en ai fait. You got my feet are killing me, my cold. I'm locked up until you begin an 8.5-hour kiss. What? Je n'amène sur les miroirs du papa. Il ne va pas que je n'ouvre une sous-amène le général. Ma tarte à tout le monde, j'en ai dit pas. Le chef me demande si la culture. C'est ma bonne bouche, je me réveille pas ça. Monsieur, excusez-moi.
More coffee, please.
More coffee. Oui, monsieur, I give you all the coffee you want. Here you are. I give you all the coffee you want.
You know, thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is always a pleasure to bring to you a show such as we had this evening. I think you've seen every imaginable type of comic and comedic performance. And as usual, the Miami Beach audience is the greatest audience in the world. Good night, everyone.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for the Jackie Gleason Show. Gowns by Cameo Evening Fashion. Jewelry by Mayors of Florida. Tonight's program was recorded